Hi everyone, today I'm going to show you what I do for calendar math. I typically spend about 10 minutes a day on calendar math, so everything that I will be showing you is not done daily. It just depends on what we have time for and what the students need at that time of the school year. So when the students come back from lunch, this is the screen that they see. This is the calendar. And we normally start with the yesterday, today, tomorrow. So yesterday was Wednesday, today is Thursday, tomorrow will be Friday. And then we go down here and they have to predict what the date is based on the clues on the calendar. So since yesterday was the 27th, we know today is the 28th. And they have to tell me the shape and the color. So based on our pattern, it's a purple circle. So I will turn it over and confirm it for them. And then from there, we do our date. So today is Thursday, September 28th, 2017. And then we do our pattern. So they clap for the circle and they pat their legs for the squares. And after that, we go on to our addition and subtraction problems. So an example of that would be, if today was the 6th, how many days will it be until the 8th? And since we know there's 2 days from the 8th, how many days from today will it be till the 10th? And they have to tell me it's 4 using their counting on strategy. Each time we do an adding and subtraction problem, they have to explain their thinking. So they have to be able to tell me how they know. And a subtraction problem would be, if today's the 28th, how many days until the how many days has it been since the 20th? And then our next slide is our birthdays. So on this slide, we just see whose birthday's next, how many birthdays are in a certain month, whose birthday comes first in that month, that sort of thing. And then this is our counting tape. So each day of the school year, I take off a strip, a little square, to reveal how many days we've been in school. And then for each group of 10, we have an action. So this strip is a hop, this strip is skip, and this strip is clap. So they stand up and we count to the days that we've been in school, and they have to do that action for each 10. And then we do it backwards to help with their subtraction. And so they do the 25th through the 21st clapping, skipping, and then hopping. Then we have them sit down and we discuss patterns we see in the counting tape. So, for example, there's a 0 at the end of 10 and there's a 0 at the end of 20. Will there be a 0 at the end of 30? And they have to tell me how they know that. And then, or I would say, well, what do you guys think this number will be? And they have to be able to know, well, there's a 5 at the end of these ones, so there's going to be 5s in the ones for this one. And each one is 10, so this is 25, 35, so that one has to be 45. So they'll see those different patterns. And then we move on to our 10 frames. So just like the counting strip, I will add a dot for each day, and they have to tell me how many 10s and how many 1s. So I know, and why they know that. So I know that there's 2 groups of 10 here, so there has to be 2 10s. And I know that there's 5 1s because there's 5 dots in this 10 frame. It's not completely filled up, so it's not a group of 10. So we just count the dots to figure out our 1s. Then we move on to our clock. So just like the counting strips and the 10 frames, I add a minute each day until we get to an hour, and then we talk about the hours and the minute or the half hour. So I would add that that's 25, and after each big number we talk about, remind them that each big number is a group of 5. So since we hit the 25th mark, I would make a line and I'd write 25, and then we would count each big number. So we go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. And then to make sure they really understand it, we go back and we count each line. So 1, 2, 3, and so forth all the way to 25. And since we haven't reached an hour, this would be 0. This would be 25. So they're getting the digital and the analog. So after we get to an hour, we go back and we add the hour hand. And then we talk about how the hour hand is smaller and the minute hand is bigger. So that's how we know what it's telling us. And then we go and we move the hour and the minute hand to show the different times. So if the hour hand is pointed to the 1 and this minute hand was pointed to the 12, what is that? And it's 1 o'clock. And then we write it down here in the time form. So that is what I do for calendar math. Thank you for watching.